Welcome to Springboro 45066, the TV news magazine show of Springboro, Ohio. On part one of our spring episode, Craig-Salmon Gilmore gives us a preview of the Juneteenth Jubilee commemorating the end of slavery in the United States. At Heatherwoode Golf Club, Tom West talks course conditions and club fittings. At our Springboro School District Superintendent Larry Hook and CFO Terrah Stacy give us all the info on an upcoming levy. Jim Brown, president of Springboro Community Theatre, talks about the status of theater programming and productions to look forward to this summer. On Meet Your Neighbor, we'll talk to resident and City of Springboro IT Director Matt Lang. We're coming at you from Wharf Wing. It's all happening right now on Springboro 45066. 2021, we're at Wharf Wing. Glad to have you back with us. It's been a while. Well, we're social distancing, so we're going to remove the mask so you can understand us a whole lot better. Carrie, isn't it glad to be back?
I'm so happy to be back, Mayor. I have missed you. I've missed our viewers. I mean, it's just nice to be here with you and Joe.
And we're going to make a good show, part one and part two for you.
Yes.
It's special, okay? So, something new for the community.
Yes, a new festival this year. And just in time, it's going to be really kind of the first big festival of the summer, God willing. Well,
it stemmed from the Mayor Advisory Committee, and it just started off with just like 10 people, and now we're almost 25 people on a committee.
I know, and those are really good, lively meetings. I've had the pleasure of attending a couple. Let's go talk to Craig about the new Juneteenth Jubilee Festival that's coming to Springboro with 3 different venues, and it'll be here June 19th. We are in the Springboro Area Historical Society Museum, and I'm joined by Craig-Salmon Gilmore, and we are going to talk about Springboro's Juneteenth Jubilee. Craig, welcome to 45066.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Well, thank you for joining us. Tell me, what exactly is Juneteenth?
Well, it's historically known as Juneteenth Jubilee, and the reason that it's a jubilee is because on June 19th, 1865, that was when the last slaves in Galveston, Texas learned that they were indeed free, and that was 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. Yeah. So that's when we all truly became free here in the United States of America.
Sure, sure. So why is it important to have a Juneteenth Jubilee in Springboro?
Well, it's interesting because a lot of folks really don't know the history of Springboro.
Right.
And in Springboro, it's been a historical spot in the Underground Railroad. Mm-hmm. And it's really the founding fathers of Springboro, our Quaker heritage. Right. They were instrumental in harboring and hiding those slaves escaping the South. And this was a historical stop along the Underground Railroad.
Very true, and that's a great point. So you and a committee of, local community members have taken it upon yourselves to put together a festival that's going to be happening on June 19th, Correct. 2021. Now I understand it's going to happen at 3 different venues across the city, which is ambitious.
It is.
For a first-time festival.
It is ambitious, and sometimes overwhelming. I look at this, and my wife oftentimes tells me, pare it back, because I'm a visionary.
Sure.
And, when I first did the Juneteenth celebration in 2020, it was at Waldrew Park, which was right up north on 741.
Sure, just north of Austin Landing.
Just north of Austin Landing.
Sure.
And we had about 100 people show up, and that was thrown together within like 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So this venue with North Park and then also the Underground Railroad, which will highlight our downtown businesses as well as some significant historical landmark buildings that were part of the Underground Railroad here in downtown Springboro. And we're doing a 3-on-3 basketball tournament that is being hosted by Southwest Church and the YMCA. And right there between the YMCA and Southwest Church in their parking lot. So we have 3 different venues, but the main venue will be North Park.
Okay, so at North Park on June 19th, that's going to be basically the big festival.
Correct.
With live music, performances. Tell me a little bit about that, if you would,
So
please.
we have several bands.
Okay.
We have some performers in spoken word that'll be on. We have some dancers, some praise musicians that'll be there as well. Awesome. And this is all put together by different committees.
Sure.
So at the 3 different venues, there'll be food trucks at the different venues. There'll be opportunities to do shopping in our downtown stores as folks do the self-guided tours, exploring the downtown Springboro area, and the Jonathan Wright House, and our bed and breakfast on Main Street. And all of that Springboro really has to offer from its rich heritage in our Quaker family.
Fantastic. So people can really pick and choose what they would like to participate in on that day. They can go to North Park and really do the main festival feel with the performances, the food trucks, the face painting, yes, all the children's activities. They can come to historic Springboro, participate in the Underground Railroad tours, shop the boutiques, enjoy the restaurants and food here, and then they can also head to the Y and enjoy the 3-on-3 basketball tournament.
Well, they can do all 3 of those, and the nice thing about it is that you park once and you pay no time. And what I mean by that is that when you park your car, you can park either downtown Springboro and shop first, or you can park at the YMCA early in the morning and watch some 3-on-3 basketball. And by the way, the 3-on-3 basketball, it's not just boys, it's girls as well, and it's adults. Fantastic. So, there's different age groups that are being put together.
Okay.
And also at North Park, what they can do is park at those one location, and we'll have a shuttle bus that is going to the 3 different venues.
Wonderful.
So the nice thing about the shuttle bus, it's going to be running, pick you up, drop you back off. You don't have to worry about parking or any frustrations, and we can take entire families and multiple people.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, I'm guessing some of our viewers and community members are going to have questions and want to know how they can get involved, how they can support the festival, either as a sponsor or, a volunteer, and then also, how they can get more information to attend the festival. How would be the best way to do that?
So one of the ways that they can contact us is through our Springboro Juneteenth Jubilee on Facebook. They can also contact us at Peacock, which is our Facebook group as well. I want to give a shout out also to the mayor's office and the city of Springboro, because without the support from Mayor John Agenbroad and Chris Pizzuto and Clear Creek Township, this would not necessarily have happened as easily as it's happening today. So with their help and support, we're bringing the light to Springboro on what is available in Springboro and the heritage that Springboro has to offer, not only the residents of Springboro, but all of the surrounding communities in the area.
Well, thank you, Craig, for all you're doing for our community, and we look forward to seeing you at Juneteenth.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here, and I look forward to being there.
Well, thank you again. Back to you.
Hey, it's Carrie for that great interview with Craig. I'm so excited about what's going to happen.
I am too. This is going to be a really neat event for our community. Yeah. Something for everyone. Yeah.
Speaking of exciting, Heatherwoode opened back up 2 weeks ago, and we are absolutely slammed with people wanting to get out and play golf.
Awesome.
So Tom West is standing by, our general manager at the golf course. Let's go see Tom.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Well, as you know, COVID took a hit with all of us. But fortunately, Heatherwoode's still open. The golf course is fantastic. We're ready for play. Come on out and see us. A couple things we do have going on. If you're interested in getting your custom club fitting done, Matt has a simulator. It is open for custom club fitting, but we still are kind of closed with that other than the fitting process. But again, if you want new clubs for this year, come see Matt. Also, banquet business, Stacy is here. She's been booking a lot of events for this year and for next year. So I would encourage you to get in touch with her as quick as you can. Give her a call at 937-748-3222 and ask for Stacy. And again, come on back out to Heatherwoode. We're open.
Special thanks, Tom, to your staff for getting everything ready this early. Everybody is really excited for a great year at Heatherwoode. Carrie?
Well, we made a trip to the central office of the schools to speak to Superintendent Larry Hook, and the word of the day is levy. An important levy, though. Yeah. Shall we go check it out?
Let's do.
Okay. We are at the central office today with Superintendent Larry Hook, and the word of the day is levy.
Oh boy.
Superintendent Hook, it's lovely to see you. It's been a while.
Good to see you.
So tell us a little bit about this levy that I'm hearing about.
Yes, the board has approved us putting a $2 million permanent improvement levy on the May ballot. And what that is, a permanent improvement levy is a specific type of levy where the money can only be used for capital improvement projects. Now, what is that? That's things. It's stuff that has a 5-year life or more. It would be buses. It would be technology. It would be safety and security items for the buildings, textbooks. It's anything to do with the maintenance and repair of buildings. We have over 1 million square footage of structures in our school district and over 2 million square feet of asphalt and parking lots that all need to be maintained. And this money can only be used for those purposes. I do want you to know that we are one of a very small percentage of school districts in the entire state of Ohio that does not have a permanent improvement fund. It's only about 10% of all school districts that don't have it, and we're in that group.
Okay.
So that's not really the group I want to be in, because it just doesn't make good economic sense for the health of our entire budget. Because what it forces us to do is to take these big dollar items out of our general fund and use when we have to replace a HVAC unit, which is going to be 6 figures easily, okay? Repair of concrete and parking lots and all the other stuff. That comes out of our general fund. Our general fund is what impacts the classroom.
Right.
So when you take that money away, it has a direct impact, and not in a good way, towards the classroom. So by having this fund separated, it just takes care of all the stuff that has to protect the investment of the taxpayers in Springboro.
Sure, sure. I mean, that sounds quite important.
It is.
It really does. How will this impact our taxes?
We're asking for a 2 mil permanent improvement levy
Okay.
that will go onto your tax duplicate January 1 of 2022.
Okay.
At the exact same time, we have a 2 mil drop in the monies being on your tax duplicate that would be paying off part of a bond issue for the buildings that we've already built. So 2 mils on, 2 mils off, 0 is the net impact on your tax duplicate.
Okay. How can someone help? How can someone get involved or learn more?
Well, on our website, I made a presentation to the board.
Okay.
Very simple presentation that kind of goes over the nuts and bolts of it. Go to springboro.org.
Okay.
And you can find that information. We'll also add to it as we move towards the May 4th ballot initiative, but you'll find the facts there.
Okay.
The other thing is go vote on May 4th.
Well, thank you for having us, and we'll see you again soon.
Okay.
All right, we are now with Terrah Stacy, the treasurer and CFO of Springboro Schools. Terrah, it's great to see you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So we have been talking with Superintendent Hook about the upcoming levy that will be on the ballot May 4th, and we have some questions that are probably a little more suited for the treasurer that we would love for you to kind of walk us through, if you don't mind. First of all, why does the district need a permanent improvement levy, and why now?
Well, the community has made sizable investments over time for allowing us to construct the school buildings. So it's important for us to protect those investments by being able to keep up on those facility needs.
Sure, sure. And then Superintendent Hook was telling us about the 2 mills that are dropping off in January of 2022. Why are those 2 mills dropping off?
Well, so back when the levy was approved to build Dennis and 5 Points as well as the high school, those debt payments are constructed to be, there's a couple different ways you can do it. You can either have them be the same amount, the debt payments be the same amount annually, similar to a fixed rate for your home, or you can have a laddered approach. Well, at that time, Springboro was growing rapidly at the time that those school buildings were being constructed, so they chose to do the laddered approach. So what happens is it kind of looks like a stair step. The payments start out at a certain level, and then there'll be a stair step where it drops, and then those payments will stay consistent for several years, and then again it'll drop, and then so on. So what happens is the millage rate that was set initially when those when that loan was approved by the voters to build the building, that rate was set at a certain level. Well, as that stair step occurs and those payments drop, you don't need to have as high as a millage rate to collect the necessary amount to pay those debt payments.
So that's how it does not really impact our taxes.
Correct.
As a homeowner.
Right. 2 mills on, 2 mills off. It's a net zero increase.
Okay, fantastic. Before we wrap up, I want to make sure I've got this correct. So the permanent improvement levy, will that cost any taxpayer any more than they're paying right now today?
No, it will not. Again, as I stated earlier, we have 2 mills that are coming off. So the 2 mills that a taxpayer would have been charged for is coming off, and 2 mills on would be a net zero increase. It will not cost anything additional.
Well, thank you so much for your time today, and thank you for your insight and expertise in explaining this, not just to me, but to our viewers and our community members.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Back to you. Our interview was edited due to time constraints. If you would like to see the full interview, please go to springboro.org. Thanks, Terrah and Superintendent Hook. We wish you the best of luck with your levy. And that is important to our schools.
Absolutely.
And you know, I was shocked to see that it does not really increase our property taxes at all.
It stays the same.
Truly, truly. All right, so we are headed to talk to Jim Brown, who is the president of Springboro Community Theatre. They've been dark for over a year now.
Oh, I know, terrible.
I mean, you know, that's heartbreaking to have that performing arts center sitting there just, you know, not being able to be used. But there is good news on the horizon for the theater, and Jim is going to share that with us.
All right.
We are on stage at the beautiful Performing Arts Center, and I'm joined by Jim Brown, the president of Springboro Community Theatre. Jim, welcome to 45066.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me to be a part of this.
Of course. Thanks for having us on your stage here at the Performing Arts Center.
Absolutely. It hasn't gotten a lot of use lately, so we're thankful to have some activity going.
Right, right. It's nice to see the theater lights are on. I know it has been dark for a while now.
It has been. Our last show was actually in February of 2020. So
it's been a year.
It has been a year, but the good news is there's light on the horizon. We think it's not a train.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, and so we're planning to actually audition in June for our summer show at North Park in August. So
wonderful, wonderful.
we are looking for some more activity to come back to the theater, so we're happy about that.
Awesome, awesome. So the summer show, that is the big show at North Park.
It is, and
Are you ready to tell us what that show is?
it is Cinderella.
Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
That's right. So we're going to see you there in your floofy princess dress,
Of course, with a wand, at least, maybe 2.
Exactly, and come in on a coach, and it looks like a pumpkin. And so,
Absolutely.
yes, but we're excited to do that, and we have a great directing team lined up for that. Some folks that are veterans of the outdoor show, so they know the nuances of theater outside and what that's like in the middle of August with bugs and joggers and planes flying overhead, and it really is a very unique experience. So
And Cinderella, that's a big show.
it is a big show, and we actually wanted to do it last year, but COVID happened. So we're excited that we were able to secure the rights once again, and we're going to give it a go this time.
That's wonderful. So you said auditions are in June.
Yes, June 14th and 15th will be auditions. We'll have callbacks on the 16th, and then the show will run the first 2 weekends in August, so that will open up Friday, August 6th, and run for 2 weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Awesome. That's so exciting.
It is.
And then hopefully after our North Park show, then maybe we'll be back into this gorgeous performing arts center?
That is our hope. That is our hope. Of course, subject to all of the restrictions and provisions. Currently, we are limited to 15% capacity in this place, and so that means that at most we could have 21 seats available for sale.
Brutal.
So that is really challenging, but we're looking forward to, as conditions get better, that we'll be able to put theater on here indoors again. And so in anticipation of that, we are going to be auditioning for our next indoor show in July, and so that'll be July 19th.
Excellent.
We will audition for that show, which should go up the second weekend of September.
Very exciting.
And that show is Puffs.
Oh, now tell me about Puffs.
Now, Puffs, you might not know by the title, but it's reminiscent of maybe a wizarding type world and a specific house called Hufflepuff.
Ah, that's going to be very popular.
Yeah, so it is a play that is reminiscent of that world and brings in some of the stories of some not so well-known characters that are a part of the story that you may know.
Very cool.
So that should be a lot of fun, and with the audience knowing the setting, as I'm sure many readers and moviegoers will, it should be a really
Of all ages.
Yes, all ages. So,
That's going to appeal to all ages.
yes, we're very excited about that. And we have an entire season planned, but we're not able to announce anything beyond those two shows just yet. We're still working with the publishers to secure the rights, but as of now, though, we do have an entire season lined up all the way from, so this is the summer of 2021, all the way out through June of 2022. So our plan is to get up and rolling in June and pick up right where we left off last year with the success of Chicago, the Holiday Jubilee, Charlotte's Web for our youth program, as well as Almost Maine. We're hoping that situation will allow for us to have our choir resume. As well as the Southwest Ohio Youth Jazz Band. We're really hoping that all these programs can get back up and running. We also have our improv group, Life Unscripted, and so we're hoping to go back to a full slate of programming starting in June.
Wonderful. That's so exciting. Well, thank you so much, and we will see you at North Park this summer, if not sooner.
That sounds great. Thanks, Carrie.
Thanks. Back to you. Thanks, Jim. We cannot wait to see Cinderella.
I'm sure you'll make up for lost time, Jim. Anyway,
Ooh,
it's been a long time since we heard a drum roll.
Yes, far too long.
Well, anyway, our part one, Meet Your Neighbor segment, is one of our employees for the city.
Ooh,
He recently moved to Springboro almost 2 years ago,
about time.
and he loves it here. He loves it, and he does a great job, and he's a good guy. Let's go talk to Matt Lang. Hello, everyone. Our first Meet Your Neighbor segment in 2021. Matt Lane, our IT department supervisor, is in charge of everything at the city of Springboro, but he also lives in Springboro. Matt, glad to have you on the show. We were masked up before we got in here, but we're social distancing, playing it safe. It's just us two here, other than the camera crew being Joe, so we're good to go. Anyway, why don't you tell the audience just a little bit about yourself?
I don't know where to begin here. Well, see, my family and I were in Germantown for 22 years. I was actually on planning commission in Germantown.
Oh, okay. You know the drill. You know the drill.
I've been know the drill. Been in Springboro now for about 3.5 years. It'll be 4 years in August. We made the move. Everything we did was so far from home, and Springboro is just such a great community, especially working here for, gosh, I've been 16 years now. The move's an easy move. So, and everything we do is close, and we're big walkers. And in fact, you probably see my wife and daughter and myself and son, and we walk quite a bit through neighborhoods. So that's what got us here.
Speaking of your family, you married?
Married, 31 years.
Congratulations.
32 in August, so yeah. 2 kids. We have Jessica. She'll be 30 actually in April. She's getting married in May. Her fiance is James, and my son Joe he'll be 28 in April, and he's married, and his his wife is Danielle, and all doing very well, very, very well.
And he served in the Navy.
He's 5-year Navy. Yeah, he was actually with the Seabees.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Well, anyway, we're glad to have you in Springboro now. Not only did we steal you away, and now you're a resident and working for us, is great.
Yeah, it is great.
Well, why don't you, I know you spend a lot of time working out in the gym. I run into you a lot in there. You pump a lot of iron.
Yeah, the mayor and I work out quite a bit together.
I used to, when in my older day, I used to pump some of that iron you pump now. But
I'm getting up there too.
yeah, right. You're still a puppy compared to the old gray mare. Anyway, why don't you tell the audience just a little bit about why you think Springboro is special?
It's special. Big reason special is because of the people. We are just absolutely just tickled with our neighbors and the folks that we've met. Made a lot of friends. Certainly, the community is it's just conducive to that type of thing, to communication, etc. I mean, there's plenty of restaurants where we go to all the time. We take walks down to various restaurants, that type of thing. About everything we need to do is here in Springboro. So we
just need a real upscale restaurant.
It's an easy move. So
everybody keeps saying, you got to get an upscale restaurant, man. Got to get well, we're working on that. We're going to get, once we get that first one, we'll probably have 2 or 3 or 4. So who knows? But we're working on it. Yeah. So what can you think we could do better? I mean, you work here, you live here. What could we do better than we do now? Can you think of anything?
Gosh, since I do work here, and this isn't a commercial or anything, but certainly we're constantly thinking of ways to do things better. And I think we're running out of ways to do things better. You can always do better. You can always do better, but goodness, I mean, we really are. We're really. This is just a fantastic community, and I know you're aware of that. So.
Well, a lot of accolades to you for the fiber project. I know that was that's something the residents are going to be able to tap into. There's just so many balls in the air right now. The Performing Arts Center, we're at Warp Wing right now. I mean, there's just something every day we're working on. We can chew gum and walk at the same time, and I think that's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I know you spend a lot of time at our concerts in the park. That's another great amenity.
That's fantastic.
Fantastic. We got them coming. I just hope we get them all in again this year.
I saw the list. It's a pretty cool list. So actually looking forward to the Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
That'll be a neat one. And of course the Journey. Gosh, I'm trying to remember who else was on the list. But it's
Bruce Springsteen.
Springsteen is going to be some.
Elvis.
Yeah. Cool stuff. Yeah.
Some cool stuff. We got a lot of good stuff. I can't wait for that. Yeah. We'll put this COVID in our rearview mirror, But I think that's another thing. I want to commend the city staff on how they've handled the COVID. You guys have really been great. We have not had as many cases as a lot of the other ones have had, but you have really been safe. You wore your mask, you wear the gloves when you needed to. You're doing a lot of things, so that's to be commended for that. That keeps our residents safe, and they, you got to function. You got to take care of business irregardless. I mean, so that's a good thing.
We've done very well, and we've kept the city in business. I mean, we didn't really have any downtime as a city,
So I know that I tease you about this, but it's 2021. So when in the world are you going to get to the K and get one of them foot-long chili dogs?
I'll get over there.
That's why it works out.
Yeah.
All the muscles, because you got to go to the K and get a foot-long chili dog.
Yeah. We'll get there.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So, well, anyway, you got any parting shots for anybody in the city that you want to say? Anything good, bad? Now's the time to do it. Tell our audience anything you want to say. We always ask our Meet Your Neighbor segment to sort of close out.
Yeah, I guess hello to all my neighbors. I'm sure I'll see you very soon. And hey to everybody at the city.
All right. Matt Lang. Yeah. Thanks for being with us, Matt.
Thank you.
See you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate you being a Meet Your Neighbor, and welcome to Springboro with the rest of us. Anyway, Carrie, we did, for some reason, forget to say we were at the patio at Warp Wing. This great Performing Arts Center.
It's gorgeous here.
I love the food. It's a great place to come.
It's the place to be.
It's nice of them to have our show here.
Yes.
Part 1. And as we are ending Part 1, we really want you to know how special these shows are to us and how we do it for the community. And we're so glad to be back. We're glad you spent some time with us today. And don't go too far, because Part 2 is right around the corner.
Yes.
From Carrie and I, we'll see you next show.